Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television and Radio Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone. As I get to ride home with you in the afternoon, you can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications. That's up in North Alabama, pretty close to Huntsville. You can also find us on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com, and the biggest radio station, country station in South Carolina, WZLA 92.9 FM on the dial. So go ahead and check those folks out. You'll be really glad you did. A lot of Alabama folks are actually looking and watching online to the show that they have in the morning hours, and to the radio station, the music all throughout the day. So we appreciate you Alabama folks sticking with me out here in South Carolina. Continue sending email, Donna@donnasedge.com, Donna@donnasedge.com. A lot of you have been sending email about these new scams that are out there. It's like, man, you finally get it figured out. You've got a scam that's been coming on, and then somebody sitting in a basement somewhere could be working, making better waves with mankind. And what are they doing? They're creating scams. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those today. And I'm doing this for you, okay, because I do not want you to be taken, because, I mean, this is what we do. We work for a living. And so, I mean, yeah, I want to help you save all the money that you possibly can. So let's talk about these new scams. Okay, here's one, and it's, can you hear me? And what this is an AI voice clone scam. Now, the scammers record your voice. That could be from Facebook videos, TikTok clips, maybe voicemail greetings, podcasts, maybe radio appearances, and then they use AI to clone your voice, and they'll call family members pretending stuff like you've been arrested, maybe you've had an accident, maybe that you need money wired immediately. I'm going to give you some red flags about that. Okay, common sense plays in here, okay? Now, what's going to happen is it sounds like a big panic, and its urgency, it's like, right away, you've got to hurry up and send this money. They may even say something like, now, don't tell anyone. Well, why wouldn't you tell anyone? Maybe they'll request for gift cards, crypto, or wire transfers. Now, we know about this. This started years ago, and this was in, we're living in Alabama. And so people were calling customers of the power company saying that they hadn't paid, they were about to turn their electricity off, blah, 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 blah. And what they would say is, send us a Walmart gift card. Why would someone send a Walmart gift card to pay for an electrical bill, you know? But anyway, this was definitely going on. So now, because of AI and all the different ways people can manipulate your voice, they're doing that too. Now, we just said that they'll request gift cards, crypto, or wire transfers as well. Now, here's the protection tip. So what you want to do is create a family safe word only that relatives know. You know, whatever you want to, and don't let it be something simple like password or anything like that, or, you know, protection tip, nothing like that. Let it be something like, and not even use familiar words like your dog's name, cat's name, or anything like that. It really needs to be something where the family members get together and you're going to remember this safe word. So if somebody calls and they say, just wanted to let you know that your husband Harry is in jail right now, and you know, bail him out, whatever, and you could do it right now. Just say, what's the safe word? And then if they come up with a safe word, well, then you know it is one of those family members. So have a safe word. You know, we're hearing to do things like that nowadays. But anyway, it's so worth it to have the safe word. All right, here's another one. Okay, it's called the fake toll road text. People will receive a text, and it says, final notice, unpaid toll balance due. And we've had those before. I mean, this has been going on for years, but they've upgraded the way they do it. So it really sounds like it's a true thing. So what happens is these fake people, they send you links and to your text. And what happens is they steal different things with the link that's into you. And it may say, put your credit card number in here. When you put that credit card number in there, I'm just telling you, you are messed up, because they are going to take you and ruin you. First of all, you're not going to get a text telling you you've got an unpaid toll balance due. It just won't be. So again, they're going to take your credit card numbers. It'll be a link. And then you click that link, and it'll have a place for you to put the credit card number with all the information on it. So don't do it, okay? But somebody's going to mess you up. They'll ask also for your banking info. There'll be a link to that, and it'll look so legit. I mean, it'll look like, oh man. And sometimes they're going to, because I've received these before, they say that I owe like money on a toll somewhere that, like it was in, say, South Alabama. And I haven't been to South Alabama in a number of years, but they'll say that. And then sometimes you're just paying stuff before you know it. Always step back, take a deep breath, and breathe. Okay. And don't get scammed by these people. They may also be able to get information from you from your phone data. So be really careful of things you have in there. They can steal your pictures. Yeah. A really good friend of mine. And this was back before the information got so realistic. I mean, it was just terrible. So a friend of mine, her name is Ann, called in and wanted to know how I was doing, but she did it on like instant messenger, and she never, and also she said things that Ann would not normally say. It was like, "Hey girlfriend," and I'm like, "Ann, is that you?" Because she never said anything like that. She was always really busy and always down to business, so she just didn't do that stuff. And she said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing good, and yourself?" But then I got to noticing the picture. It's like the face never moved, and it was like lips were moving, the rest of the face. And she's very animated when she talks. She's just that way. So I knew right off that wasn't her. So I just got off, and then I just sent her a text. And I said, "Are you trying to call me? I mean, you trying to tell me that you need something?" And she said, "Oh no, they're scamming you, trying to scam you too." And somebody got into her Facebook account and did that. But now it's much more sophisticated now than it used to be. So you just beware, okay? Again, passcode, let that move with your friends. Do not let anybody else don't put it out on Facebook. This is my passcode, because that's where the thugs are going to get your info. Okay, phone data, we mentioned this. Now, even people who have never used toll roads are getting those, okay? So be careful there. Here's a protection tip for you. Never click payment links in a text. Just don't do it. And that'll get you going right there. You would always go directly to the official website instead. And it's easy to find the official website. Just don't click a link. Okay. And we should all know that by now. Okay. Facebook Marketplace. You guys know how I feel about Facebook Marketplace. So we have some property, and we wanted to rent the property out. And so I put it out there on Facebook Marketplace. I got every thug, scammer, everybody was responding to that. Most of them couldn't speak English. I mean, it was just like, come on. And you could tell there were people who didn't necessarily live in the United States who were doing it. But it's very common right now. But it's called the overpayment scam. Okay, so here's what you need to look out for. Here's what the scammer says. "I'll send extra money for movers." So if it's like, like for you to rent a place out, "I'll send extra money for movers." Who in the world would do that? Another thing they may say is, "My cousin will pick it up." Really? Well, who's your cousin? And then they can always say, "I already paid through Zelle." Okay, that's another one. I stopped using Zelle, and when we moved here, we paid a lot of movers through Zelle. Then I started hearing all kinds of weird stuff going on through Zelle, and that was through our bank. Don't use it anymore. It was just too easy for the scammers to do something. We didn't get scammed. I was just hearing things, okay? Now, when the payment turns out fake, here's your protection tip. Cash only for local pickups. Somebody may say, I've got like 50 pounds of tomatoes I'm just going to give you. But I just want you to pay for my gas. And that's a common one. I just want you to pay for the gas to get me to your house. Pay them for the gas when they get there and pay them in cash. Do not use an app for that. Okay. Now, meet at the police department which is a really good exchange zone if at all possible. I promise you they're not going to want to meet you there. So just say, if they got 50 loads of potatoes they're going to give you, they just want you to pay for the fuel, say, okay, meet me at the police department, and then we'll exchange there. Well, if they start backing out, it's a scam for sure. Absolutely. How about this one? Fake bank fraud department calls. Yeah, they pretend they're from your bank. And I'm telling you, it's getting really sophisticated right now. AI is making all that happen. So here's what happens. The caller ID may even show your actual bank name. Okay. The scammer knows how to do it. Here's what they'll say. Someone accessed your bank account. We need to verify your identity. And then they're going to ask for your PIN numbers. No. Okay, like when I call a bank about anything, it's almost like trying to get into the Pentagon, okay? And they can't. I mean, you have to give them information. This is, by the way, this is you direct calling your bank. Don't pretend, don't take a call from somebody saying they're from XYZ Bank, your bank, okay? It probably is not true. So they're going to ask you for PIN numbers. Don't ever do that. They're going to send you some text verification codes. It's going to look so real. I mean, you're just really going to think it's the real deal. Online banking login info. Good luck on that. So I hardly remember any of my logo information anyway. I've got so many logos, login logos to go by. And here is your protection tip. Don't just hang up, slam the phone in their ears, yell and scream, blow whistles, whatever you want to do. Maybe it'll do something to their ears. Then what you want to do is turn right around and call the bank directly using the number on your card. Okay, don't use the number. Don't look and see what number called you. Don't do that whatsoever. Get your card, look on the backs of your debit card, credit card, or whatever. The number on I'm going to say it again, the number only on the back of your card. Okay, that's it. So call that particular number. Okay, and then you're going to know whether it's the truth or not. Just like I said with your power bill, all you got to do is call the power company. It happened to one of our listeners one time, and then Mother got one of those calls. She said, I pay my bills. And I said, yeah, I know you pay your bills. I said, this is a scam. So I said, I'll prove it to you. So I put the speaker phone, and so I called the power company, and I said, my mother says that someone called her and they're about to turn the power off. They want her to pay by a Walmart gift card. That was that. First of all, if anybody ever says a Walmart or anything gift card instead of using your credit card, this is a scam. And so the woman said, we've been getting all those calls all day long. Somebody's on the crazy train doing that. And she said, no, your mother doesn't know anything. It's, and this is another thing. If somebody calls you and they say, we're going to turn your water off, your power or whatever, I promise you would have to really be behind on the bill before they're going to actually turn it off. Okay. So they're not going to call the first month. Okay. They won't. So be careful there. Okay. Here's number 5. This is QR code scams. And so they have a new word, it used to be called phishing. Now it's quishing. Okay, so scammers place fake QR codes, and it's easy to do. And they'll put it on parking meters, restaurant tables, they do it there, flyers, gas pumps. I've seen them on gas pumps. The QR code sends victims to fake websites. Okay, here's your protection tip. Before entering your payment info, before doing it, okay, you want to double check the web address. Okay, so let's just use abcnews.com. Okay, and then when you go to abcnews.com, and it looks like it would be abcnews.com, you need to, first of all, just don't click on it. Get out of that and then go to abcnews.com directly on your cell phone or your laptop or computer or whatever. Just double check it, because sometimes what they'll do, they could say ABC News instead of com.net. Maybe they bought that website up. And that happens on a lot of newer businesses. Now, abc.com, you could probably type in abc.net and you'd probably still get to them, because they went on ahead and bought up all of those .coms and .nets and all of that. And that's to keep competitors from trying to, send somebody to, like, let's say it's abcnews.com. That would be to keep a competitor from going to abc.com to cbs.com. And so they may try to get you to go to a competitor. Competitors do stuff like that all the time. I never have, but competitors will do that. So you have to be careful. But before entering the payment info, double check the web address. Okay. Better yet, X out of that. Don't go anywhere near it. Just go to the website yourself. Just type it in yourself. If it's your bank, what's a good bank? LibertyBank.com. Just go to LibertyBank.com, and then there you go. Okay, and then make your payment there. Don't click a link to do it. This is a good one, especially for the people who don't want to work. I would hardly think this would be a good one, but fake job offer and work from home scams. I get those all the time. I mean, it's just they pretend they're from a employment agency or something like that, but it's fake job offers and work, and this is from home scams. This is really increasing lately a lot. So victims are promised easy remote work. Okay, they're also promised mystery shopper jobs, package inspector jobs. Another one is social media assistant jobs. Okay, so it's always going to sound like really cool. This is one of those really neat things you're going to get involved in. Then they're asked to buy equipment. They're going to tell you, well, you got to buy equipment for this job right here. So you're going to have to buy equipment. You've got to deposit fake checks. They'll get you doing that. Sending money back. Here's a good one right here, protection tip. Real employers rarely hire entirely through text messages. I mean, it's extremely rare, especially if it's a local company to you. They're going to want you to come down. They want to sit down and talk to you. Okay, so be real careful. Again, I'm going to mention this one more time to you. Okay, so it's a fake job offer and work from home scams, increasing it like lately, like crazy. Victims are promised easy remote work, mystery shopper jobs, package inspector jobs, and also social media assistant jobs. Then they are asked to buy equipment, deposit fake checks, send money back. Protection tips. Real employers, by the way, rarely hire entirely through text messages, so really be careful there. Okay, here's another one. Crypto recovery scams. Now, someone who loses money in crypto, okay? Then another scammer, so what they're saying is, I've just lost a bunch of money in crypto. Okay. Then another scammer appears to be claiming we can recover your funds. They charge fees and then they disappear. Here's your protection tip. Most recovery experts online are scams too. Okay. So we had those anyway. And I still get calls from people like, I've not asked to borrow money from anything. I have not asked. Okay, so I'm continuously getting texts. I'm continuously getting emails, all this kind of stuff telling me I could borrow like $1 million. All I got to do is just click the link and, I'll get the $1 million, And first of all, common sense is going to tell you that's not true at all. And I'm getting too many of them. Another one is phone calls. Do you get this a lot? Okay, you'll get a phone call. Now, I have to answer every one of them because sometimes it says could be a scammer when it's not a scammer. It could be one of my clients. It's just the number is not recognized. They may be calling from their cell phone instead of their office phone. So I get these calls. They'll say scammer alert, blah, 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 blah. And then it's this person. Generally, they're going to, pay for my college, tuition. If I haven't paid it off in 50 years, I'm never going to pay it. Okay, so I'm not entitled to pay it if I owe it from that long ago. So that, and then also, you could borrow money from us. I get those all the time. Credit cards. Oh my goodness, really be careful with that. Be careful with the mail on credit cards as well, because they're trying to get you to click this QR code like we talked about just a few minutes ago. So you click that QR code, man, you're going into Never Never Land and you're giving them your bank account, basically is what you're doing. So the protection tip, most recovery experts online are scams as well. Okay. If you owe money to the federal government, it's best that you just call them yourself. And believe me, they'll work with you. Okay. Because I've had to call them before. We owned a business, had a bunch of locations, and there was a scam out there one time. I got a letter telling me that I owed like $10,000. Wound up being a scam. So you just call them yourself. Don't use a middle person, because the middle person has got to make money too, right? And that's what they're going to, even if they're legit, they have to make an income. So they're going to charge you some kind of a fee in order to do that. Okay, so recovery experts online are scams too. Yeah, I said it again. Oh boy, this is a big one right here. Fake charity scams after storms and disasters. Oh my goodness, after the hurricane blew through here just a couple of years ago, man, people were calling us like right and left trying to get us. You know what? You don't even have to do this. There are so many churches and so many organizations that are in your local area that all you got to do is go to the church and give them a check if you want to help in a disaster. That's the best way to do it. Just don't take phone calls and emails and texts and stuff like that, because odds are they're not legit whatsoever. We're going to go into a commercial break, and we're going to return in just a few minutes. So y'all just kind of hang in there. Okay, we'll be right back.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
You know, finding the right home isn't just about bedrooms and square footage. It's about comfort, security, and the feeling you get the moment you walk through the door. That's why so many families across Greenwood and the Lakelands area trust Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams. And I'll tell you from personal experience, Jenny was my realtor, and she truly cares about her clients. Jenny takes the time to listen, to understand what matters most, and to guide you every step of the way, whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, or ready to sell. Because this isn't just a transaction, it's your life. With local knowledge, personal care, and a commitment to getting it right, Jenny Ferguson makes the process simple and even enjoyable. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, now's the time to make your move. Call Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams in Greenwood today and take the next step toward a place you'll truly love coming home to.
Lowe's knows that the projects you build in spring are the ones you can't wait to share. It's why we make sure you have our best deals with My Lowe's Rewards, and that you get help from people who've
been there,
done that.
Try this.
This spring, we'll help you build something rewarding.
Hey, Stan. What's up? I made you something. Oh, thank you. I got something for you. You grew these? Of course.
Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
We're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Television, Radio, and Podcast Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday. I definitely appreciate you. Again, thank you so much for watching. Continue sending email. A lot of you are talking about scams. And what are some new things out there? Because AI is so sophisticated, and there's so many great things about AI, but there are also many scammers who are going to be using that. So you've got to super be careful with what's happening. Best bet is if it's a text or if it's an email or it's a phone call, just hang up on them. You can erase the message. There's so many things that you can do. Just call the company directly. Okay, if it's somebody especially who says you owe money. Okay, let's dig a little bit more into the fake charity scams after storms and disasters. Now, after hurricanes and tornadoes and floods or fire, scammers do create some fake donation pages almost immediately. They do. So because there's always somebody out there trying to take you. So what you want to do is donate only through verified organizations. And that's extremely important. I know that you and I have talked about this before. I was watching a telephone conversation one time, or I was actually watching television one time. This is what happened. And on the telephone, it was a show. That's what it was. And so it was about an animal. It was like, these poor little animals were being almost killed on a daily basis. And because, people were not taking good care of their of their pets. And there are plenty of morons out there who don't take care of their animals and don't even take care of their kids. So, they're not going to take care of the pets either. And so, it really looks sad. Because there were little animals and they were shaking and they were hungry. Some of them you could see their ribs when they hadn't eaten anything. And I was about to give to it. And so something just said, no, wait a minute, hold it. And so I went online and I typed in their website. And then I got off of that because they had a legitimate website. And then I got off that and I just looked, I Googled it. I wanted to know what the CEO's salary was. You shouldn't make millions of dollars. Now if you start something like that and you want to help people, I think you should make something. Yeah, of course. But not several million dollars a year in the company car, like a Corvette and all that stuff. I just don't see the point in that. So then I got to thinking about it. I said, no, I'm going to do local. I think I'd rather take care of a local person with animals. That would make more sense. Clean up my neighborhood, poor dogs that, need to be neutered, spayed, whatever. Handle it here. That's the best thing for you to do. Think about your own neighborhood first. Don't give to any national organization. It's not going to help you right here in your neighborhood. Okay, so donate. This is your protection tip. So donate only through verified organizations. That's what you got to do. And that's protecting you. And it's also protecting other folks as well. Okay, now let's talk about this one. There's an AI celebrity investment video. Okay, it's AI generated videos. And here's the mimic, okay? And this ticks me off. They can pretend to be news anchors. They can pretend to be politicians. They can pretend to be celebrities, financial experts. They promote fake investments and crypto schemes. Now, the video can look very real, okay? And like now, like now, here's a protection tip. So if it promises fast, guaranteed money, what you want to do is walk away from it. It's not real. It's not legit whatsoever. So just walk away from it. Again, they're going to look like news anchors. They'll look like your local news anchors because it's so easy now to get a photo. It was easy back in the day. It's just it didn't look as legit. And people would get a photo of a politician or a movie star or whatever. They would right click the mouse button and then they just hit copy. Or save as, they would do that. And then they would put it out there on Facebook, like, this Joe Blow celebrity guy, he's actually donating to whatever cause. So you can do the same thing. Just be really careful when it comes to stuff like that. But they do promote fake investments and crypto schemes. The videos, again, they can look really real. Protection tip: if it promises fast, guaranteed money, walk away. Okay. That's just your best thing I know how to say to you right now. Let's talk a little bit about Amazon, the brushing scam. It's like random packages arrive at your home that you never ordered. Now, this is often used to create fake verified reviews. That can happen. Confirm your address is active. That's another way they do it. And, like when you put something on Facebook, like, hey, I'm going away on vacation. I'm going to Tahiti. Well, they know you're going to be gone more than one day. And so what they're going to do is find out about what day you're going to leave. They're going to go to your address and they're going to be a thief and they're going to steal everything you got in your house. So be really careful there. Here's your protection tip right here. What you want to do is change passwords if anything suspicious follows. So you get this like gift, something through the mail. Change the passwords. Okay. Now the biggest rule to teach your audience and to teach you guys, if someone creates urgency, oh my goodness, this is for you guys. Big all. If someone creates urgency, if they create fear, if they create secrecy, any kind of pressure whatsoever, or if somehow it's a limited time only, that's usually the moment to slow down because scammers succeed when people panic. Remember that every single time. Okay, now in just a few minutes, we're going to another commercial break. We're going to talk about what criminals don't want you to know. That's going to be another scam alert. So let's go into a commercial break and we're going to return in just a few minutes. So y'all hang in there, okay?
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. Including my classic standard MyPillow is only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Age Television, Radio, and TV Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching us and listening to us any way that you want to. I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about scammers. Man, it just irritates me to death. People who scam you. And I'm going to tell you, I'm out there fighting for you. This is what scammers don't want you to know. So let's go ahead and talk about that for just a few minutes for the rest of the show. Okay, so what I want you to think about this is how scammers can target your emotions. And they do. Everything is emotion-led by all these scammers. And so this is what they do. First, not intelligence, okay? One of the biggest myths is that only gullible people get scammed. That's not true. I know some very, very smart people who've been scammed before. The scammer caught them at just the right time and asked just the right question at that right time, and they fell for it. So I do not want this to happen to you, okay? All right, so scammers are trained to trigger your emotions, and here's what they trigger your emotions on. The biggest thing is fear. It's like this one, I got a phone call one time, I thought it was so funny. This woman said that called and said she was from the police department, and she said, your daughter is in jail, and you need to pay the bail to get her out of jail. First of all, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you pay somebody on the phone to do that. And the thing is, I don't have a daughter. Okay, but I wanted to play along because I'm out here for you, and I just wanted to find out what this thing's all about. And I said, oh, well, what did she do? Well, she couldn't tell me what she did. That wasn't her department or something. It was some dumb excuse like that. And I said, well, whatever she did, she probably deserves it. So let's just let her stay in jail. And then I hung up because I don't have a daughter. Okay, so they were trying to use the fear little trick on me about that. They're going to use panic on you. It can sound like, somebody has, been in a wreck or something, someone you love is in the hospital. It can always be something that simple. So they're going to use panic on you. They're also going to create urgency. You got to hurry up and do it like right now. If you don't do it right now, such and such a thing's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they just use excitement. It sounds like a good thing. Wow, I'm so excited because you've won this $1 million. All you got to do is pay us 10% of it so we can have it released. Really? You won something, you got to pay somebody 10% to have it released? That's not true. A lot of times they use loneliness. Okay. And I know of that happening to a lot of people. Maybe you just had a spouse that passed away, or maybe a kid or something, something happened to somebody, and they're acting like they're there for you when nobody else is. So they're using loneliness to do that. Even kindness. I'm going to give you a compliment. I'm going to tell you how beautiful you are, that kind of stuff. Usually it's going to be, a scam. Now, when emotions rise, logical thinking drops, and these scammers know that. That's exactly what criminals are counting on. Okay. Now the goal is to rush you. Okay. So if someone pressures you to act immediately, you need, and maybe even keep secrets, maybe stay on the phone, or maybe avoid speaking to your family members, that's a massive warning sign. So legitimate businesses rarely do that. They rarely demand instant action under pressure. Caller ID can be fake. Okay. Also, many people still believe if the number looks real, it must be real. That's not true. You got to think about, all the different things that we have going on right now as far as, like how we work. I mean, how we play, how we do everything almost everything is fake now. So if a number looks real, it must be real. No, it's not anymore. Scammers now can make their calls appear to be coming from banks, even law enforcement, government agencies, hospitals, and even local phone numbers. I get a lot of that. Sometimes it'll be like a number in South Carolina. It's even got maybe the 3-digit area code and 3-digit number, and it really looks like it could be from Abbeville, South Carolina. And it's not, because usually what's going to happen is it's going to be somebody who sounds like they're not even from this country. Even though we have all kinds of wonderful people here who come from other countries who live here, they're American citizens and they have an accent. This is different. It's just totally different. And you'll know what I mean if you've ever got one of those calls. Those calls are called spoofing. AI has changed everything. That artificial intelligence is making some scams even more convincing than ever. So now the scammers can clone voices. We talked about that just in the earlier part of the show. So they can actually clone your voice. They can generate fake videos. So when we say that, you don't know what to believe on Facebook anymore or any of the other social media sites. They can create fake customer service chats. And produce realistic emails within seconds. They can tell you, okay, I'm sending an email right now. So you can respond, click the link in the email. They can do that too. Folks are pretty fast on the computer. Some fake videos and voices are now almost impossible to detect immediately. There was a time before, and we thought about using this thing one time for the weather and stuff like that when we had the radio station. But you could just tell it was fake. And I told Phil, I said, everybody's going to know that's fake. I'd rather just use our own voices or hire somebody to do that. But now they sound so smooth, and it's like they can put voice inflection in. It's nothing like it used to be. Scammers love isolation. So I want to talk to you a minute about that. So criminals often tell their victims, don't tell anyone. Shh, it's a little secret between you and me. This must stay confidential. You could get in trouble. They're going to say that. Or they can say your account will be frozen if you hang up. Why do they say that? Because why would you want to hang up? Because scammers lose their power the moment another trusted person enters into the conversation. They want it to be untraceable. They want untraceable payments. One of the biggest red flags right now is how they ask you for money. So scammers prefer gift cards. Like I told you, a Walmart gift card. Come on. You pay your power company bill with a Walmart. No, that's not true. Cryptocurrency, they use that. They even talk about wire transfers, payment apps, or prepaid debit cards. You don't need any of that for a legit payment, okay? Why do they do this? Because these payments are difficult and sometimes impossible to recover. Now, older adults are not the only target, okay? And a lot of folks, they're older. So this is what I want you to listen to, okay? Scammers will target teenagers, business owners, online sellers, job seekers, social media users. They do that a lot. And even influencers. Okay. In fact, younger adults are now losing large amounts of money through online scams. and fake investment schemes. Oh, we're going to make you rich overnight. Boom, be careful with that. Social media is a gold mine for criminals. So every public post can reveal information. It can reveal your voice, your family members, your location, your pets' names, birthdays, vacations, and routines. So scammers use this information and they can really sound believable. So the biggest secret that scammers don't want you to know, the strongest weapon against scams is slowing down. Take a breath. Verify independently. Call the real number. So ask someone you trust. The scam often falls apart the moment you pause and think. So I really want you to think about that. Now, another thing I want you to do, and this is for you, okay? Let's talk about friends and awareness protection. So the more informed that we become, the harder it is for these terrible criminals to succeed. So what I want you to do is share this with your parents, your grandparents, your friends, your neighbors, and your friends, because one conversation could save someone from losing thousands of dollars. I want you to stay alert, and I want you to also stay informed. And we're going to see you the next time, okay, when we have another awesome thing happening. Okay, let's see. I think I got a little bit more time. Oh, I do. So let's go ahead and talk just a little bit more about some more scams that people are doing. But let's go into a commercial break first, and we're going to return in just a few minutes. Good afternoon, Sunshine. Medical Minute brought to you by Dr. Chuck with Lakeland's Chiropractic, where an ounce of prevention is worth what? A pound of cure. So what is the Beamer? Okay, now the Beamer uses very gentle pulse to electromagnetic signals. This will stimulate healthy muscles and it supports the temporary blood flow. Now let's talk Beamer and circulation support. Now the Beamer gently supports natural circulation in healthy muscles. Now that's what I call natural health. Thank you so much for watching your Medical Minute, brought to you by Dr. Chuck. You know who he's with. He's with Lakeland's Chiropractic, where an ounce of prevention is worth what? A pound of cure. I hope you have a super duper awesome rest of the afternoon. You take care. Shine your style at Kiss My Glass right here in the Anderson Mall. There's a place where style meets sparkle. At Kiss My Glass, every piece is handcrafted, custom designed, and made to shine just like you. Owner Beth Gibson brings creativity to life with stunning custom tumblers, gifts, and one-of-a-kind pieces you won't find anywhere else. Look for the perfect gift or something uniquely you, from bold and glamorous to simple and elegant. There's something for every style, so stop by, get inspired, and leave with something unforgettable. Kiss My Glass inside the Anderson Mall, Anderson, South Carolina, where your sparkle begins. Be sure to check out Kiss My Glass on Facebook for updates and specials and gift ideas.
I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
We are.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
I want to talk to you now 20 ways people get scammed on social media. Okay, everybody's on social media now, okay? Everybody, even babies probably have those accounts right now. But I wanted to talk to you about one of the fastest growing dangers online, and that's the social media scams. From Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, messaging apps, everything. Scammers are finding new ways to trick people out of their money, the personal information, and even entire accounts. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll talk about those. How about the fake friend request? Okay, scammers clone real profiles and they send duplicate friend requests, pretending to be someone you already know. Here's the tip. You want to check the profile carefully before accepting. And the reason you want to do that, let me tell you, I get it every single day. Okay, some of you guys out and our friends on Facebook, some of you guys are following me. And something I always look real close for is if there's only one picture of them or maybe 10 pictures, maybe they only have 3 friends. The next thing I do, I get out of that and I go to my friend's web page and I look and I check and see if they have put something on there recently, at least within 24 hours. And if I say they have, I'll still go ahead and send them a private message saying somebody's probably scammed you because I got another friend request. And then another thing you can do, you can report it to Facebook. And there's a section, a little link that you can click and it will say, why are you reporting? Okay. And then you just say, pretending to be someone I know. All you got to do, and it'll let you actually put that person's name in there. That's how you can stop some of this nonsense. If you're only stopping one person, that's probably saving one person from being scammed. So look at it that way. Romance scams. Okay, so the scammers build emotional relationships online. Then they suddenly ask for money during a fake emergency. Here's the tip. Never, ever, under any circumstance, never send money to someone you've never met in person. I don't do that anyway. I mean, just make it a habit, okay? Just never send money. Someone could be pretending to be someone you know and tell you to send money, like do it through Zelle or something like that. Just be really, really careful, okay? How about fake giveaways? I give away stuff like every Friday. You would be amazed at the people who say, is this for real, Donna? Yes, it's for real if I'm doing it on my Facebook page. I think I'm giving away now like 11 things on Fridays. Okay, here's what the fake giveaway post will promise. It promises free money, gift cards, electronics. They'll promise you vacations. All you got to do to say is click a link or share personal information. Here's the tip. If it sounds to be too good to be true, it usually is. All right, marketplace payment scams. Okay, these fake buyers claim they already have paid through Zelle, Cash App, or Venmo. Here's the tip. Verify the payment directly inside your app. Now, I have the Cash App, and a lot of people, even some of our sponsors are actually paying through that. I would have never thought I'd have ever seen that day, but even they do that. But this is something I know. When someone pays me for something, if they buy, say, because I sell products as well that I make. So if somebody buys like a face cream or, comfrey salve or something like that, I'm going to know it because immediately I've got alerts that are sent to me through email and also on my text. So I know if someone has paid me through that app. So you just be really careful. Use common sense. Verify payment directly inside your app. That's what I do too. Now let's talk about account verification scams. And these are messages that claim your account will be suspended unless you verify now. Okay, that's creating urgency, right? Okay, here's a tip. Never log in through links that are sent in messages. Just don't do it. Okay. If they say, your bank account's about to be suspended, your credit card's about to be suspended, you got to click this link. Don't do it. All you've got to do, most people do banking and stuff online anyway. Go to the website you always use to check your accounts And I promise you're going to see that they're not about to turn anything off. Okay, so again, be careful. Okay, we went through this one just an earlier part of the show, and it's fake celebrity investment ads. It's AI generated videos. Now they mimic celebrities and news anchors promoting fake investment. Here's the tip. No legitimate investment guarantees fast profits, not if it's a real thing. And let me just tell you something. A lot of people get scammed this way. They'll say, well, you know what? You should have been there when Walmart first started. You'd be a millionaire now. You would be a multimillionaire. Yeah, but that's kind of like one of those lifetime things. Now, because somebody is starting that they say they're going to be like Walmart, don't get involved there, okay? Find a trusted person that you can deal with, maybe locally, that you can just walk in and just say, is this a real thing? There are a lot of investors all over the place. So I would just do that first and just be really super careful. Okay, here's one. Can you help me? Okay, it's a family emergency scam. It's a hacked friend's account message, and it says something like, I'm stranded. That's what happened with my friend Ann. I told you about earlier in this segment. And first of all, the person was using language that Ann would never say that. I mean, it was out of her character. So I knew it was a fake just from the get-go. But they pretend they need help. Be careful there. I like what I said a little bit earlier in the segment. If it's your family, you need a code word. It could be whatever you want it to be. The whole family knows if you ever get a message that sounds like it is from me, it won't be legit unless you start off the code word saying, let's just say the code word is code red. Okay. And if they start out code red, this is Donna, Phil, I'm in hell, I need help. Okay. Then he's going to know it's me. Okay. But if I don't say code red, well, then it's not going to be legit. Okay. Can you send money? Here's the tip. Call the person directly first. Okay. They'll probably have their cell phone on them. You just hang up on whoever that person is. You call them right back. Okay. And that way you're going to know whether it's legit or not. Crypto scams. Oh man, those are going around like crazy too. Fake crypto opportunities promise massive returns overnight. What do we say in here? We said this a couple of times. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Here's the tip. Pressure and guaranteed profits are major red flags. I mean, I can't say that enough. They're major red flags. Okay, how about the fake job offers we talked about? Let's get a little bit more detail in that, though. People are offered remote jobs entirely through direct messages. Here's the tip. Research the company independently. Somebody who sends you a message, and it's like a text message or whatever, and they say they're a multi-million-dollar company. They've been around for 50 years, blah, blah, blah. But you do a little research and you find out it's some startup. They're not even legit. They've been in business like 3 months. Don't do it. Okay, research the company independently. The same thing about like jobs. Now there are what I call headhunters. And as a matter of fact, I used to help people find jobs. And yes, we did, charge to do that. Usually the company would pay for it. And sometimes they would have, but it was legit. It was in a local area I was in Anniston, Alabama. And so the person didn't pay unless they got the job. The company didn't pay unless they hired the person. So that's just the way it goes. Okay, let's talk about influencer impersonation scammers. And these scammers, what they do is they impersonate influencers, coaches, or public figures. So here's the tip. Look for verified accounts and official websites. Okay, how about this one right here? Phishing links in Messenger. So the Messenger is going to say something like, is this you in the video? And then they send a dangerous link. That's been going on for years. I don't know how many times people have sent that one to me. I saw what you did in that video. Well, first of all, I haven't done anything in any video. Everything you see is what I put out there for you to see. So people, that's what they do. They'll say, is this you in the video? Well, people get all suspicious and they're like, oh my God, somebody's scamming. Well, the scammer is scamming you. Okay. The person is scamming you. So then they're going to send you that dangerous link. Never click on suspicious links from friends without asking first. Okay. Always. Okay. Now, how about fake charity requests? Scammers use emotional disaster stories to collect donations. I know people were doing that when the hurricane came through a couple of years ago, and people were giving what they thought was to like a legit thing. And like I mentioned earlier in the show, you got so many churches that do this, in like the cowboy church, and they were like going in chuck wagons and all that kind of stuff. So what we did, we were just, like the malls and all this, we were just putting things together and just sending it to the church and letting them handle it. First of all, they had the legs to get to it, and we didn't. So we would just get the stuff ready and they would come and pick it up. So that's the best way to handle stuff like that. You get the stuff, let somebody else deliver it, then you're okay. All right. How about this? Hacked business pages. Fake customer service accounts pretend to help customers. Okay. Here's your tip. Only contact official verified pages only. Okay, how about this one? You won. It's a scam. Users receive messages by saying they won prizes, but they must pay the fees up front. Okay, Donna's Edge television talk show gives away prizes every single week, every single Friday. I never ask for money. The only thing I ask for is how I need to send it to them. And this is what I suggest people do anyway. Instead of using their address if they feel uncomfortable with it, I'll say, let me send it to your work, or you can come by my house and pick it up, whatever. So the tip is legitimate prizes do not require upfront money. Even my 100-year-old Aunt Elizabeth did that. So this is what happens. Somebody called Aunt Elizabeth and they told her that she won, I forgot how much money it was, but they told her that she would have to pay in order to get the money that she had won. And this is what she said immediately. Okay, 100-year-old chick, okay? She thought first, common sense, okay? So she said, to the scammer, I tell you what you can do, honey. You can take that money out of the money that I won and just send the rest of it. That's a smart girl right there. So again, legitimate prizes do not require upfront payment. Okay, how about this one? The QR code scam. We said that one, but let's dig a little bit more. A lot of the fake QR codes lead users to use malicious websites. So here's what you do. Always double check the destination website. Always. And it may just be off one. I know that I've got one time said it was from a bank that I had, let's just say ABC Bank. And it said like the website would be say like abcweloveyou.com. Okay. So they used abcweloveyou1.com. Okay. So they put a 1 at the end of that site. That was not a legitimate website. So be really, really careful. Really look at it because they're going to trick you. How about subscription trap ads? Ads promise free trials. Oh my God, how many of us have done that? Free trials, but hidden subscriptions are going to follow. Tip, read the fine print carefully because they say, well, we'll let you have it free for a week. They'll probably try to charge you like on the 6th day instead of the 7th day. So what you want to do, if you're going to do that, what you want to do is after 5 days, if you don't like it, go on ahead, try to remember it, put it in your calendar, do whatever you need to do to remember that and cancel it. How about deep fake video scams? They're AI generated videos to make public figures appear to endorse products or investments. Now I really like the tip on this one. Search trusted news sources before believing stock claims. Fake online stores. That happens too. Ads show amazing products and unbelievable products like these really nice sunglasses, stuff like that. But nothing ever arrives. You never get it. Here's the tip. Research the sellers before buying. Okay, social media quiz scams. Okay, they're fun quizzes. What they do is collect your personal information, like your birthdays, your pets' names. Oh, yeah, they get it from you. They scam you good. Schools, favorite things. These are often security question answers, okay? That's why they're doing it. Here's the tip. Be careful what information you share publicly. I'm going to give you the last one, then we got to call it a day. How about this one? Account takeover scams. The scammers trick people into sharing login verification codes. Here's your tip. Never share security codes with anyone, ever. Never, ever do that. The biggest rule to remember is if someone creates urgency, if they create fear, if they create excitement, or they create pressure or secrecy, or they promise you fast money, pause before responding. That pause may save you money, your identity, and your online accounts. Thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of information I've been throwing out there to you, but there's a lot of stuff. Share the show with people that you know. Maybe you can help somebody save their identity or their money or their online accounts. Again, thank you so much for watching. Continue sending email, Donna@donnasedge.com. Thanks for watching.